So I got very distracted right before I came live here. I posted the, random shot that I always do on Instagram. Just like, hey, I'm about to go live. Here's, this is what the studio looks like right now, whatever. And right as I posted it, I posted it, whatever, and then, like, I don't know if anybody's familiar with these, like, what the fuck was the name of this one? There's one called Psycho Artwork, and then there's another one. What's these assholes? Instarts. That's their name. Instarts. And so I just posted just random pictures. I mean, it's like literally like maybe half the canvas, and it's amazing. Check out our bio to be featured. And I'm like, it's like, I swear to God, I keep deleting them usually. And the thing is, I gotta get my headset ready. That's what I forgot to do. So I got distracted. I thought I got distracted. But literally I could post fucking anything. And these guys, it's amazing, isn't it? So I literally commented back to them. Like, I could post a picture of my cat's ass, and you guys would be like, amazing! It had to be said. It had to be said. Because these guys are fucking tools. Speaking of fucking tools, I am. No, I'm trying to get something done here. Come on, what are you doing? Click the fucking thing. What are you doing now? That's not a good thing. Okay, rent that record. Okay. Just want to make sure my fucking headset's here. That's all I want to do. Okay, cool. Just the same thing. Cool. Anyway, speaking of tools, some tool at my fucking job stole my goddamn headsets. Like, I have a pair of cheap earbuds that I kept at my desk. And the whole purpose of it was so, like, my office, one of those open office ideas. It's terrible. It's an awful thing. I honestly don't know why the hell they thought this was a good idea. Especially because we're actually on the phones, and so it makes it, like, kind of impossible to hear what people are saying on the phones when anybody and everybody's talking around you. So, but they did it anyway. They moved us to this building, and then the thing is, so I had them, headset to talk on the phone here, and headset, to listen to over here. And some fucker stole my headset. And so my ADD is like off the fucking charts today. So I couldn't pay attention to anything at all. Instruments of faith and sex and God in the belly of a black winged bird. So if I am frazzled, it's because literally my whole day was shot right from the moment I walked into the building. Not that it's usually not that way anyway, but I belong. It's just that it's a little worse when I can't listen to nothing. Hello. Anywhere but in between, she's been crying. I've been thinking, I am the rain king. I say, mama, 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 why am I so alone? I can't snow outside and I'm scared I might not make it home. But I'm alive, I'm alive. But I'm sinking in. If there's anyone home at your place, darling, why don't you invite me in? Don't try to bleed me, 'cause I've been here before and I deserve a little more. I belong in the service of the Queen. I belong anywhere but in between. She's been lying, I've been thinking, I am the rain king. Yeah, I want walk this field as anyone. All this seems like easy. After all the dreaming, I come home again. I really do hope at some point that, I mean, any viewers here are welcome, but if I can get Keto on the other night here talking again, gotta warn him that he goes to school. I think it's a him. Yeah, I guess. Warn him not to deal with if he goes to college, not to, if my company's dealing whatever with them, not to go with them. Gotta give him that warning, man. Deserve a little more. I belong in the service of the Queen. I belong anywhere but in between. She's been lying, I've been drinking, and I am the ranking. I said I am the ranking. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Hopefully get more viewers before I start talking about the good thing that happened today. It was actually good today. At least I hope it's good. That's what I can't say for 100% till it actually happens. But oh, desert, speak to my heart. Oh, man of the earth, maker of children with love, maker of this birth. Take deepest excellence. I will not be. I will not be. Don't try to find a answer when there ain't no questioning. But let your heart be rooted in community too. Yeah. And I'm in evening down the street from me. Babylon is every town. It's as crazy as it's ever been. Love's a stranger all around. In the moment we lost our minds here. Wait, I thought. But I was already doing that, you piece of shit. Run to the water, find me there. Back to the car, but not broken. Cut through the madness of the streets below. Alright, now here's where I honestly don't know what the fuck I'm going to be doing. I do and I don't. And here's how it's going to play out. Alright. Now, I experimented a while back with these kind of like very weird, kind of random geometric shapes, and I use geometric very loosely. And I planned one day on using them where it would be actually in the subject matter as well, but I wanted to use it on the background here, give it a test. I always find self-portraits are really... Oh, you know what? I forgot. Hold on. Alexa, set your volume for 3. And Alexa, activate Japanese garden sounds. I gotta have something for you guys in the background, right? Especially when I'm thinking. Just gonna... Okay, cool. Anyway, so I know there's some people that come here and just want to like chill out. Anyway, so anyway, the trick of them is that they have to kind of flow in together with things, so they kind of merge in over time to each other, I guess. That is not showing right. Oh, excuse me. Chick's ticket. So I have to figure out how I'm going to start. Because if I start closer, or do I go and go out, or do I go... That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. Because I really don't know how this is going to play out. This could be absolutely disastrous. This could be fine. I don't think about the colors underneath. Let's say it that way. Let's start there. So we're going to need some yellow screen. Do I have any more of this? I don't think I do. Alright, that might be another necessary expense. Alright. Now look guys, I'll tell you, there's probably just me and me watching right now. But, I'll say it anyway. Did kind of I don't want to say it's a bad thing, but it's a gamble. It's definitely a gamble. Let's put it that way. For someone like me who doesn't have a lot of cash, I took a gamble today. Which is, I joined the Philadelphia Art Collective. It's $200 for a year to join. But the cool thing is you get to show whenever. If they got space, here, I'll put my shit up and they'll show it. There's, for what I can see, no other fees beyond that, so that's kind of cool. I was part of the Chester County Art Association last year. It was paid the entrance fee, which I think was $50, $40, $50, something like that. And then it went up really high. It went to 70. Not that it's really. It was a noticeable jump. Let's put it that way. But you still had to pay $10 to join this show, and $15 to join that one, and $20 to join that one. It's all right, it's kind of getting old, kind of fast. So I was all right, let's. This one does, it's more up front, but it also puts me in the city. These guys are on, North 3rd Street. It's funny, I keep feeling like I'm forgetting something to put in there, but then I realize that, it will still do something. I always like to have something here. Here, we'll follow on. There we go. I feel better. Anyway, alright, so, and I will have to be close for this. I do apologize. I'm going to try to remember to step out of the way, but that's what I was worried about right there. Because if it doesn't come on thick, big stroke, then it could be, they're kind of hard shaped, so it's got to be. Can't hit the B flat right here. Alright, so I wonder if I switch this up then. Let's do the last thing we can do. Now come over here, put your cold feet on me. Get one more feet, woman. Now let's try a little bit of the yellow first. This feels a little silly because it feels like I'm making a halo, but that's not really what's going on. For 3 days in a row. Thinking nobody get a hit out of here except Sam and Dave. Yeah, the only ones who play the most. But lose myself. Alright, but anyhow. So anyway, I joined it so I can be part of their pop-up show next month. So if anybody's in the Philly area, you're interested in seeing me in person, seeing my work in person, that's the way you're going to be. You want to head over to that Instagram link right now. Right now. Go on. Just be here. And try to, what's it called? There should be a post just about 2 or 3 down from mine. 2 photos there or so down. That has like the actual invite information on there. I'm going to post it a couple other places too. I mean, ooh-wee. It's worth noting too, by the way, I have not done this technique at all in like several months for this new style. So I don't know quite how this is all going to play out. This is going to be very different for me. I never did a real good color experiment. Nothing I was happy with. If you hear a little fuss, it ain't nobody but us. I think the cadmium works a little better there. Can I? Let's see if I can find something. The world be the world. The dream unfurled. Let it run its own game. Let it dance be itself. But my VIP from England should be kind of familiar with this. He oh, let me check this out. Just so when I want to like look at something to think about it. He got the bridge painting that was, or drawing that was done of my bridge painting. He got the drawing done. Obliging me to the sun, obliging me to the sun. And again, I'm not starting really with much of a plan here. This is sort of just like I kind of know I want to do lighter greens going into probably a dark deep blue out here. I'm relying on the Viridian to kind of mix in here, so that's why I'm using this cadmium medium. And I might have to go back, like I see like right here, I got a little thin, a little too close, I guess. At least for now, that's what I'm feeling, it's a little too thin. Who knows, maybe next session I'll decide it's perfect and I'll leave it. I may also like want to go back in on top of these and add in like the yellowish green again, just to after it's dried up a little bit. And this is where I'll be eating a lot of time, is in this kind of patterning. Just because it's the nature of this beast is all I need, all we need, all I need, all we need, yeah. Sun, sun, merciful one. Sun, sun, yeah, yeah. Sun, sun, won't you lay down your light? Sun. Hey kiddo, what's going on, man? Ah, nice, nice. Hey, I was actually just I was talking about you because I sort of got. You said what schools are you planning to go to again? I just want to make sure I'm right. Because something happened like literally the next day. I saw it and I was like, oh god, I gotta warn him. The school's fine. It's just if there's something that happens at the school, you need to avoid it. If I'm right. Is it Clemson? Okay, so it was Clemson. Okay, yes. All right. Now, I believe it's not really going to affect students there. So if that's the case, you're fine. Don't worry about it. There's nothing to worry about. But I got into work like the very next day after you first started following, and after I had a nice talk about everything, and I'm like, oh, cool, you know. And I was talking to a coworker. I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I was talking to somebody on Twitch last night, and then as soon as I see it, there's an email that Siemens, my company, is like partnering up with Clemson University for something. Now I don't care enough about my company to actually read the fucking article, so I apologize. It did seem like they were trying to work on stuff for training, not necessarily for students. But if they do anything for students with my company Siemens, avoid it like the goddamn plague. So just FYI. And that's SIEMENS. Not like the old furniture place. I think they're out of business, but. My company will destroy you. So just avoid them. Oh. So I just said, no, I saw an article on like my company email, like when we came in, something that Siemens Energy is teaming up, well, it may not be Siemens Energy, it could be one of our other divisions, but they're supposedly teaming up with Clemson for something, and I don't know what. I don't know if it's for students there, or if it's for, it seems like they were trying to talk about doing new ways of training, and that could be for us employees. Not sure. But if it is for students, and you see something on campus, avoid them. Just don't go near them. It's Siemens. SIEMENS. Avoid them like the goddamn plague. So I'm not saying my company is shitty, it's just that it's shitty. So don't work, don't fall for anything that's going to lure you in. It's like, we'll do this program, then you'll have to be into a position right here. No, don't get involved. It never looks good. I have to fix that, because that's not how I want it to go. I don't know. Like I said, I don't care enough about my company to actually read the article. I just know that they were like, hey, we're teaming up with Clemson University, something. And I was like, all right, I can't get through all this. But, yeah, just... So, again, it may just be like an internal thing that they're planning on sending employees to, but just avoid them. If they do say, like, if there is something on campus, like, hey, we got this internship program or whatever, just avoid them. Ain't worth it. As someone who literally went insane from that place, and I'm not trying to be overly facetious, or anything like that. I lost my fucking mind because of that place for a while, and All right. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. That's gonna need another brush. Hold on. We're gonna need to do something a little different there then. Now again, this will be different than the stuff I've been doing in those drawings and stuff because, well, it's paint. It's not pencil. I can't craft it. I can't erase and redraw and all that stuff. So there's going to be some elements of this that Cardion Scalabuto. What's about this? I like that. I want to do like one of those big ones. That's like I like that. I'll leave a little space there though. Then one late on Sunday, the house was a screaming zoo. I couldn't tell if it was a party or a wrecking crew. There was booze in my bathroom, buddies all over my floor. They were charging me a cover at my own front door. When the whole thing's over, there's gonna be hell to pay. Cause when it's upside, downside, inside out, what more can you say? Hey, ba-da-da-da-ya. What's a rumpus, hey? Where are you, motherfucker? There you go. I think I might be okay using this just for this spot. Green peddlers giving guineas to the llamas. One came out of my bedroom. He was wearing my best pajamas. Those dozen donkeys do carts on the car. Something running in the kitchen. It might have been my car. When the whole thing's over, there's gonna be hell to pay. I got a bunch of radiant on the side of my hands. That's alright. This is all like, actually cadmium yellow, medium, mixing it with viridian. That there's, what's it called? Yellow screen from the Van Gogh paints, the Royal Talons. If I'd been a smart man, I probably actually would have started like over there. We'll see. Maybe I'll do like a backlit over here and then like a deeper green on this side. We'll see. And on my windows. That would make sense actually. Now I think about it. You think about like, okay. Not that I'm keeping anything related. Obviously the background is my little dream space at this point. Like there's nothing really going to be here that's hard line to anything. In the real background. This is more, like I said, this is something I was experimenting with, these ideas of these weird little shapes. That one day I think will replace my dashes. I think that's going to happen is they'll eventually, like, that everything will be, I'll lose details. I will lose the ability to, like, trim into specific lines or something like that. Or like if I'm doing a bush, leaves are gone. But the idea is that behind that, I would be able to pull off, all these weird kind of neat geometric shapes. So this is kind of stuff I was getting inspired by when I was watching Peter Draws. So I figured out how to do it in black and white. It was the rest of it I was having trouble with. So I'm just saying, you know what, I'm having trouble with it, but fuck it, we're doing it. Friends, you'll take a ponytail do-de-do-de. You're trying to tell me all you want to do is use me. But my answer, yeah, to all that use me stuff. I said I want to spread the news that if it feels good getting used, oh, you just keep on using me. Umbrella. See me right down and he talk to me. Oh, he told me and I ought to not let you just walk on me. Sure, he meant well. Yeah, but when our talk was through, I said, brother, if you only knew, you wish you were in my shoes. You just keep on using me to use me up. To use me up. Sometimes, yeah, true, you really do abuse me. Oh. Yeah, I feel like I did the Viridian as a dark background, hoping to avoid what I was going to have to do, which I felt I was going to have to do, which is I'm going to have to go in and strengthen some of these lines up because, fuck, this brush is fraying on me already, motherfucker. I got one more of this size, but. Feels good being used. Oh, you just keep on using me until you use me up. Until you use me up. How about you using me? It all depends on what you. There ain't no bad way using me, 'cause I sure am using you to do the things you do. There we go. We're getting there. I said this is going to be a little bit of a unique situation. Because I really have not done this shit before in color. I said earlier, but in case there's people here that weren't here when I started, because I know there was only two, and I think it was me for both of them. I joined the Philly Art Collective today, so I will be showing with them on Saturday, January 12th. It's a pop-up show. It's for 3 hours, so there's not a lot of time. So if anybody's in the Philly area when that day happens, get your ass to 253 North 3rd Street. $10 to get in because it's like there's gonna be music and wine and all sorts of cool shit. You can't drink, I know you're not gonna do it, but so it should be cool. I'm actually going to bring, since they're not selling off my website at all. I have these limited edition posters that I printed out a while back. So I'm going to just bring those and try to sell those as well as the paintings. So we'll see what happens. It'll be $2 less than they are on my site because I don't have to ship them. looking interesting from here. Where I'm getting a little concerned is where it will be once it starts trying to like mix other colors in there. That's where it'll be. Like once I start trying to change it over to like the darker greens or whatever. That's where I'm a little worried. Oh, chicks dig it. Perhaps my favorite lie to tell about my wife is that my wife and I met in a bar, and a very shitty bar at that. We were actually I was trying to avoid some other people, and they weren't over 21, so I was like, I'll just go here. And with my buddy Davin, and I was like, dude, I'm your wingman tonight, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, that part's true up there. But I love to lie to people and say that the reason we met was we were in the bar, and I let out a belch like that. My wife came over. Excuse me, what was that lovely sound? It's entrancing. That is not how it happened, but boy, do I love to spray that lie sometimes. I'll be at work once believing that for probably a good 3 weeks. See, I get to share all those lies again here because, I used to tell them on Facebook too, before my wife joined. Then once my daughter was born, my youngest was born, she joined Facebook so that she could share pictures of the new baby, and so there went all my fun. Every time I made up some story about something that happened that day between the two of us, she'd jump on, that didn't happen! And all my friends are like, Brian, why do you lie to us all the time? I didn't know I was lying the first time. The yellow screen actually does make some nice little, like, very little highlights there. Yeah, it's not too bad. Switch the music on my head right now. See, the problem is that what I'm listening to is it's again kind of a classical Japanese, pipe and all that going on still, but at least that one song, and it's contrasting with this one. Like they're not mixing well, so how to get rid of it. All right, let's start thinking. I'm trying to think, nothing happens. Nice guy, eh? I don't get me wrong, right now I'm listening to the theme of Shaft, and I don't know why I think that goes better than the other one does, but whatever. Hopefully I can remember to come back in with a new paper towel. Here's hoping. I won't. I'll forget. But here's hoping. Who's the black private dick? Who's the sex machine with all the chicks? Shit! You're damn right. Who is the man who risked his neck for his brother man? Shit! Can you dig it? Who's got the one back up? Who's danger all around? Shit! Right on. Say this cat Shaft, he's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. By Shaft, you can dig it. Complicated man. No one understands it. Just this woman. John Shaft. I'm still trying to figure out how they could not make a sequel to the Samuel L. Jackson Shaft. Though I didn't understand, I don't know if it came out. I don't think it came out yet. They are making something like a Shaft 3 that you've got the original. Then you got Samuel L. Jackson, and then you have somebody else playing, like the third Shaft. I think I heard that. Don't you want to look over? Oh, I don't want to do that one in there either. Just toss that ham in the frying pan, Iceman. Damn, I feel like the son of Sam. Hectic, going like General Electric, and the lights are blinking. I'm thinking it's all over when I go out drinking. Oh, making my mind slow. That's why I don't fuck with the big bro. Sing in the membrane. Oh, not too close on that one too, so let's touch that one up. Yeah, the Shaft from God, how long did that come out? Shit, that was 2000 and 2000? What a minute, 2000, 2001? And I think there was, like I said, then there was supposed to. I just saw it recently. Somebody saw like a, behind the scenes shot or whatever, and I swear it was what John. Oh, fuck! Damn this stupid broken brain. Who's the original Shaft? Someone, please, 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 please. Original Shaft. Because I don't want to have to jump on IMDb right now. No, it's not. I'm not saying John Singleton keeps jumping in my brain. That's not it. But yeah, it was like supposed to be like the third Shaft. There were 3 generations. I'm pretty sure I saw Samuel L. Jackson in that one too. But you think about the first movie there. They had Christian Bale, right? He was in it. Shit, what's his name from Westworld? Bernard. Fuck, his name too. Just skipped in my head. Then again, look, I still want another Black Dynamite movie. I mean, I know they had the cartoon on Cartoon Network, like in Adult Swim, but... My mommy says that my daddy's name's Black Dynamite. Shucks. That's just cats have that name. Up and out to spins round and round. I guess we could argue that Samuel L. Jackson got caught up with Star Wars and the Avengers, and so his schedule got a little full for Shaft, but. Feed the trees. I used to be claimed back those years. Green and greens. I knew all this and more. So take your hat off, boy, when you're talking to me. Be there when I feed the trees. I had you in my dreams. I know all this and I know all this and but that was it. Alright, still got about 10 minutes before I go give the kids their goodnight kiss. friends. It's a friend of mine. These are people who died. These are people who died. These are people who died. Those are people who died. They were all my friends. Just died. More friends of mine. 2 more friends that died. Those are people who died. Those are people who died. And all my friends just died. Chuck of that vein. Baby, I miss you more than all the others. And I salute you, brother. Died. Those are people who died. Those are people who died. Those are people who died. They were all my friends. Just died. Fly, but Tony couldn't fly. Tony died. Those people who died. So you know it's dangerous, but it sure beats Rikers. The very day he got offed by the very same bikers. Those people who died. Died. Does that look too bad here? Wow, that does look really like glowing, doesn't it? Now I'm looking at it as you guys see it. I didn't even think to check on it on how it looked on camera. Huh. That does look pretty cool. Alright. Unfortunately, it's not going to look that way in person, but it looks pretty cool on the camera. This piece I'm listening to here, this is from actually Any Chicken. Literally any chicken. Doesn't matter where they're from, but Any Chicken, this is their favorite composer. And you go up to them, you can ask them this. This is true. Go ask a chicken, what's your favorite composer? And they'll sit there and look at you and they go, bok, bok, bok. It's terrible. Holy shit, that was a terrible joke. Seriously, I should turn off the stream right now because of that. That was bad. Woo! Alright. It was a long day at work, guys. I need my headphones at work, and somebody fucking stole them. So that's what happens, man. My brain goes everywhere but where it should. Then it's like, what's the worst dad joke I can think of? That was it. There you go. Yeah, I probably do, because what I did was I had it cranked up for the champ piece that I was doing, of my daughter's dog, and to separate it. But I got to remember where I did it, because I don't remember if I did it in the camera or if I did it in the Streamlabs thing. And it's something I couldn't really tell until I was like here on it. Because with the underpainting, it doesn't really matter. It's like, whatever, it doesn't. It's a lose-lose situation for me here until I can figure out what's happening in between basically Streamlabs and Twitch. Something's not clicking right, because it says here it should be 1080p going out, but when you look at it, you know, you go full screen, it's like it's clearly looking like a 720p resolution, and I don't know what's going on, because the camera should do 1080p. It looks pretty good on my preview stuff, because the capture card should do 1080p. So something's weird, and I can't figure out where it is. I've adjusted the, you know, what's supposed to be the output pixels and everything, and it says it should be right where it is, but it's not. So you lose, like, especially, I mean, like here, these are going to be bigger strokes. They're bigger shapes at least, you know. So it's like, it's not that big a deal. It's once it gets to like the face and we'll start doing the normal little brush strokes and all that craziness is when it'll go, like everything will almost look blended, which is sort of what I like. I always like to think that when someone looks at my paintings, they should really be like here and then go back. They can kind of back and forth, because then you can see the way that the colors are really tweaking around. I believe that about a lot of Impressionist paintings anyway. And I get in trouble in a lot of museums because of it. I'm trying to think if I got told to be back up from Chicago. Let me see. I've been warned in the Met. I've been warned in the MoMA. I've been warned in Philly more times than I can count. National Gallery, they warned me. I caused a lockdown at the Bellagio. They have an art gallery there. That was fun. What other galleries have I been to? Boston. I don't think I warned at Boston because I was with my wife and she wouldn't let me do that. I think. Yeah, no, I don't think I got warned at Boston. I think I warned in Chicago. I think I warned in Chicago when I was by myself. When my family and I went out there, that was a different story. But I do believe I got told to back the fuck up. Not in so many words, but. Look, my theory on it is this, though. Like you look at a Monet. You know, I actually like to use Monet as a better example because it's like, I think with Vincent, you, like you can still kind of, even when you're up close, you kind of see what he's doing a little more. But there's a lot of Monets where it's like you get real close to them, and you're looking at an abstract painting. You have no fucking idea what you're looking at. Who's Scallop? I think it might be the National Gallery's website. There's a really great picture viewer on the National Gallery's website. Like you can zoom the hell in like crazy. on paintings. So you can get as close as like I'd like to get, and then I get yelled at. And like there's just one that it's like a I think it's supposed to be like a sunrise over like a swampy area or whatever. And it's just like shit, you get in there, you get close and like, what am I looking? Like I have no idea. And you zoom out and then you're like, oh my god, I'm looking at trees. Like you're like I had no idea. And so like I said, I like to look at art that way. I believe that's how it should, or at least certainly how works Impressionist and beyond probably, should be looking at it that way. And the museums disagree with me. And they're wrong. I've been yelled at the Barnes. That's another one I've been yelled at. There we go. The Barnes. I actually got yelled at the Barnes. I was impressed. My first trip, I got yelled at the Barnes 4 times in 3 rooms. I mean, again, I say yelled at. I'm not really going to get yelled at, but I was told to behave differently. And mind you, that trip actually was like, literally, I was a week on medical leave because of the mental breakdown I had had. And this was, the Barnes Foundation was my first trip to a museum in several years. Because as I said, my doctor had prescribed me art. And, I was told I have to start connecting with that stuff again. And so here I am trying to be me again. And it didn't take long until the Barnes was like, don't be you. And my family's favorite still when I caused the lockdown at the Bellagio. But I would like to point out, in my defense on that one as well, I knew they had laser guards, or whatever, like laser perimeters, or whatever, around the paintings. I just didn't know where they were. And as a counterpoint, too, I'll have it pointed out that Steve Wynn, the owner of the Bellagio, fucking punctured a hole in one of the paintings that he had up there. And that would not have happened with me. I'm going to be everybody's way for a while, I'm sorry. I gotta go in soon, though, so give the kids kisses, and I'll be right back up. Of course, the other thing about the Bellagio one is that, like, my brother was super smooth about it after, when it happened, because, like, the door's shut, and there's, like, a little alarm or whatever. Like, it's not like but it was like, there's a little bit of an alarm going off. And ladies and gentlemen, we are currently in a lockdown situation. So please back away from all the paintings. And like my brother shouts out, "Where's Brian?" Asshole. Love you, Dave. Oh, it's after 9. Okay, that's a good song, so I'm gonna pause it before I lose it. Alright, put these down. I have to wash my hands real quick. Put that off. Alright, so I'll be right back. Give me just, it's 6 minutes till the music runs out. So I gotta be back before then, right? So, let's click that. And mute myself. mic's back on, so let's screw that up. We come away with fun, show, come away with the ramble to see you. Hello. Alright, oops, you know what? Actually, I've plowed right into that one, so we're just gonna make it part of it. That's fine. Yeah, by the middle of the light of day. Come on and wade way out into the water with me. We're drunk on dry land. Come on and wade way out into the water with me. Come in and take my hand. Let's try the flippers. Hold on. It's gotta catch up to me. That's a little too deep there. Seriously, every time I touch it, like, stops my music. Yeah, it's about it. I think it's also a trick of the lighting. I'm trying to adjust the saturation there, but I think it's a bit of the lighting too. Oh, okay. Anything better? Nice. I think it's a trick of the lighting too, because I'll fuck with the camera at some point. Now there's actually stuff on it I can actually see a little better. Whew. Gotta be careful that shit. My wife will come down the steps. What was that sound? On the rest behind. Come on and wade way out into the water with me. We're drunk on dry land. Come on and wade way out into the water with me. Come on and wade way out into the water with me. We're drunk on dry land. I know a girl who fakes a ghost. Make breakfast. She'll make a toast. She don't use cheese. She don't use jelly or any of these. She uses Vaseline. I know a guy who goes to shows when he's at home and blows his nose Don't use butt shoes or a sleeve. You don't use napkins or any of these. He uses magazines. Magazines. This is an acquired taste song, don't worry. Everybody's familiar with that one. I know a girl who reminds me of Cher. She's always changing the color of her hair. She don't use nothing that you buy in the store. She likes her hair to be real orange. She uses tangerines. Tangerines. Cannot help but think of my friend Connie whenever he has that song. My first few days at the high school radio station. A weird kind of glow on it, though. It does give it like a stained glass type feel to it. I might have to try that. Adding some like those yellow screen in the middle, some of these darker green ones. See how that works there. Kind of digging that. Now you said about expanding out. This is a great tool to experiment out with. It's like if you know, the nice thing about self-portraits, the model's cheap, you know, and they don't get offended by what you do. You never have to hear, that doesn't look like me. It doesn't matter to you, you know, like, it's you, you're experimenting. Great place to play with new brush strokes and new color ideas or whatever. It's fantastic. My mother used to like make fun of me because, again, I used to do a lot. Well, I don't think I did that much more than I do now. Just about once a year, maybe twice a year back in college. Because again, I'd be like, oh, I don't have money to buy anything for still life. I'll just do this real quick. Because shit was always done at school, so I had to have it there. And so it was like, but the thing was, I always tried to explain to her, like, look, I can't afford a model, and not that many of the models were. There were a few models that were like a little bit like the new models would walk around when they're on their breaks and they just walk by you. You just see them walk by. And then keep walking. I mean, a lot of them were cool, but I still have trouble getting over the nude model that actually got turned away because they had double booked by accident. So they got turned away from the class they were supposed to go to. So they decided that they were just going to get naked anyway out on Broad Street, Center City, Philadelphia. That was fun. Traffic stopped for a little while. Yeah, pretty much. So I think that's one certainly was. Some of them I think are just like, hey, we need money and whatever. Like, they're just okay with it. Some were other artists, which were cool. And those are the ones that were the coolest, because they'd walk around and talk to you and stuff. And be, like, decent about it. There were some weirdos. There were some real weirdos. Yeah, there was, there were some stinky ones. God, there were some stinky ones. One was so bad. I sort of, I've talked about it on here before. You weren't here for this one, but it was like this chick came in. And it was a very warm day, and I had just run down to South Street. You could walk to the big art dealer, supply dealer was Pearl Art at the time. And they were down on South Street, and from University Arts, you could make it to South Street and back, and hit Pearl and do everything, whatever, real quick. Like within an hour for lunch or whatever. You could do it, you just had to haul ass to do it. So I'd done that because I needed paints. And I chucked down there and I chucked back. And like I said, it was a warm day. So I'm getting set up in my drawing class, right? And pad up, whatever. And the model walked past me. And I didn't quite pay attention to her, I was just too busy in my own shit. And I just went. I'm going, oh my god. I sweat right through my deodorant. Shit. I'm foul, dude. And so I start trying to be smooth about it though, so I'm like I'm going, that's not that arm. It's like that one. Where the fuck is this smell coming from? Right? And I'm sitting there like, oh my god. And I don't want to turn to the person next to me like, dude, do you stink? And I'm sitting there like, oh my god, and everybody around the living room starts doing it. Everybody starts, you just start seeing everybody like kind of, everybody's like, what the hell's, it was her. As soon as she got naked, dude, the whole class, just everybody was like, oh! Like that. It was so bad. And then we did some drawing or whatever for about half an hour or so, and it was off and on, and then they did a longer break, and the whole class literally was like, to our teacher. And they're like, what? And we went outside, and it was 15 kids, all of us are out there like, you gotta do something about this chick. And she was like, what? Like, we're either leaving now or she's gone. And they're like, she's like, I can't, she's booked for the, we're like, cool, make up something, we're all leaving for the, there's a seminar across the street or something, we're all going. And so, yeah, but I'll say this would have gotten you. I don't care how bad your sense of smell is. I'll be honest, this would have killed you. It was so bad. I mean, there was no hiding from it. The second the clothes came off, man, especially. It was bad when she walked by dressed. The second they came off, it was like, oh my god, that's not natural. You need to see somebody. Like, and she was a very naturalistic person. You're just going, no, this ain't natural. this is ill. There's something wrong with you. So, like, the one drawing I had that I could actually see through the tears and do, after the next class, I was going through the things again real quick, and I drew a little skunk with a gas mask on, spraying air freshener, forgetting that I'd actually have to show this piece to this teacher at the end of the semester. And so the teacher looks at it like, "What's this?" And I was like, "Oh, that's that model that really stunk." Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was my commentary on it. Okay, well, let's pass. That won't be on the show. Really? Okay. You don't want to put that out in the hall? All right. Look, I'll say this, because I went to the University of Arts. It's not really a school that you'll ever live with normal college things. You're never gonna have there's no frats. So you don't have any of that shit. They only really have dorms. You have dorms for freshman students only. After that, you're on your own, find a apartment in the city. Me, I was a commuter, so I just took the train in every day. So I missed out on any of that like normal college shit. But at the same point, it's hard to beat some of the shit that came out of that school. I've heard some of my friends be like, "Oh, they did this thing at a drunk party or whatever," and I was like, "Yeah, I had a crackhead walk by me, turn around and tell me, 'You're gonna die, white boy!' And I was just like, cool. Alright. He wasn't looking at me, though. That's the funny part. He didn't look directly at me. We called the Terminator. And he was actually one of my favorite people to watch regularly. Okay, how'd that go? And is it a local college art teacher? Is it like... Again, is it like a college school for art, or is it just like an art class at a local college? Okay, so like more of an overall thing. Okay. That I think you actually get a little more weirdly honest response out of them. So just changing the song again. I think the art schools try to lure people in more. So like my critique with them was always cool going into school. Once I got in, it was like they were a whole other story then. I think you know what I mean. The way she shook it. But did they like your stuff? I mean, it had to, right? She's a dirty queen. She is a dirty queen. Just wanna know your name. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. Oh, so you mean like the way that mirrors will give you like that infinite, you know, look to it? What do they call it? Like on the infinite vanishing point or whatever it is, like something like that, right? Like the way it's just like repeating. Okay, yeah, that's a cool look. I did something sort of like that once. I did a self-portrait where like just the edge of the canvas was still visible in it. So it was like wasn't like this type. It was a horizontal self-portrait. So it's me sitting at my desk in my studio in college, and so I'm looking over my shoulder painting it. But because you could see the edge of the painting, I decided to put that in there as well. So you see my brush touching the edge of the brush, touching the brush. Like it's like it was pain in the ass, especially with my style because it's always, you know, and especially back then it was even thicker. So it was. I mean, it kicked my ass for a while. But I like that stuff. That should be really cool. Well, if you need thoughts or anything about it, just feel free to, you know, and if you don't want to put it, you know, up or whatever, yeah, whisper it. It's fine, you know. If you get stuck, but if you can, hammer it out through your own. Because that's always to me the big thing is like, you know, I like digging, you know. Oh, okay. Oh, dig. All right. Well then, when do you plan on streaming it? Because if it's, you know, like I'm pretty tight on the schedule here usually, so if I'm on, I'm not gonna be able to watch obviously. And they block me at work, unfortunately. So if it's a work day, shit, I'm not gonna be able to. I'd have to catch it in like the hopefully replay. Saturday and Sunday. What I got this weekend? Sunday I have to take my daughter to a birthday party, but I'll be back. And I stream late at night, but Saturday should be doable. I think we're now going to go Christmas tree shopping tomorrow night instead of Saturday. So I should have most of the day open. So I will keep my eyes open for it. And unless I'm hosting my buddy Mike, like if he's streaming, I'll host you as well. He's got top rank, sorry. Known him for 20 some years. Gotta give him top rank. But if Bob Ross is on there on my auto host, then kick his ass right off. Because he's dead. It's funny actually, if you think about it, Bob Ross was, at least for the creative side of Twitch, like almost like the real first streamer in a degree. Because, I don't know if a lot of people know this or not, but he didn't get paid for those shows. He did them for free. The thing was, he made money off of selling his paints and his brand and his paintings. So, the show was just like basically a long advertisement for those. It's one of the reasons why he actually got forced to stick with that perm. See, he first got the perm done because it was cheaper to maintain when he got out of the army or whatever. And then he got known for it, and I guess his agent or whatever, who was like trying to help sell his line of paints and everything, was like, "Oh, you can't get rid of that." He's like, "Now I make money, I can get." No, you can't. We're literally branding your shit with that. And he's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, you can't get rid of that." So he hated that perm, that big poofy fro that he's known for. He hated that his whole life. You know, it's like, but he accepted it for what it was, I guess, as, you know. Stupid little facts for you. Sun is shining in the sky. There ain't a cloud in sight. It stopped raining. Everybody's in the place. Don't you know? It's a beautiful new day. Hey. City, the streets where once was pitted, Mr. Blue. Sky is living here today. Hey, Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us. We go wrong. Hey, you with the pretty face, welcome to the human race. It's the blues. And today is the day we waited for. Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why. So when we go on, Mr. Blue Sky Eyes. Mr. Blue, get it right. But soon comes Mr. Night, creeping over. Now his hand is on your shoulder. Never mind. Alright, let's get on. La 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 la. That seems like a good place to know those, like the ones I like those dots. I forgot a curlicue over here too, I think. take a ride. Yourself. It's myself. Got some rope. You have been told. Promise you. I've been true. Let me take a ride. Pulse. I did find that one critique weird though, about how you, because you like things that are broken up and can be broken down. I found that a very weird critique. Did they offer anything besides that? Like, on top of that one? Like, 'cause that just seems weird to me. Because that's just, like, to me, a wonderful thing. You can... Especially when it comes to, like, say, you've talked about how it takes a very long time for you to go through your stuff. And, believe me, I totally commiserate. And I think that works, though, when you take a long time. Like, if you're able to break down something a lot, you know, be like, okay, I can get these pedals done, or whatever. You know? Like, that's only to your benefit, so... Okay, it was just a weird little, like, thing to, like, drop on. And I don't know, I always think of, again, I think of painting a lot of times as just trying to break down those things and figure it out anyway, so I don't... It just struck me as weird. If it's just an observation, that's one thing. If she was telling you, like, don't do that, that's a whole other thing. In that case, I would say don't listen to him. Taxi, taxi, hotel, hotel. I got the whiskey, baby, I got the whiskey. I got the cigarettes. Automatic, taxi, stop, electric, cigarette, love, baby, hotel, rock and roll, the discotheque. Electric, super sex, automatic, taxi, stop, electric, cigarette, love, baby, hotel, rock and roll, the discotheque, electric, super sex. I got the whiskey, baby, I got the whiskey, I got the cigarettes. You want a super ultra maxi, think a super funky, love, baby, oh, I need the superstar. I need a candy bar. Automatic, taxi, stop, electric, cigarette, love, baby, hotel, rock and roll, the discotheque, electric, super sex. Hey there, mama, hey there, pa, got sexy, boo-boo, baby top, got California baby dolls, alright, yes, no, my name's Martin, I'm super rich, no superstar, you know the president, and super, super, super sexy. Did you know the president has super sex? Whoa! I get it all year long. Building a religion, we're making it bigger. We are adding corridors and adding more lanes. We are building a religion, a limited edition. We are now accepting callers for these pending keychains. Resistance is useless. It is useless to resist this. It's burning, but he never seems to ash. He is living comfort eagle. Needed his location, but you better come with cash. He'll tell you his tattoos. He's in the music business. He is calling you dude. Better with the left hand. He's serving the food. He knows about your party. He is calling you dude. Now do you believe in the one big sign? Double wide shine on the boot heels of your mind. Doesn't matter if you're fat. You can dress up like a sultan in your unkin head hat. Picking a brand. And then wants to turn to when your castles turn to sand. Take a bite of this apple, Mr. Corporate Events. Some people drink Pepsi, some people drink Coke. The wacky morning DJ says democracy's a joke. He says, now do you believe in the one big sign? Do you believe? He's serving the food. He's now accepting callers. He is calling me dude. Do you believe in the one big sign? If you ever lose your way, we're behind you, we're behind you. And let us please remind you, send a car to find you if you ever lose your way. Jesus Christ. Accepting callers. These beautiful panda keychains. They sell those beautiful panda keychains on KVC. My mom has 3 of them. One for her, one in case she needs to give a gift to somebody, and a backup. When I was a teenager, my mom used to sit there and call home. It was just, It's there. I don't know. But she'd call home as soon as I got home from school and Brian, listen, there's going to be some boxes coming from QVC. Can you get them off the porch before your father gets home and put them up in the spare bedroom? Okay. The little brush is definitely working better than the bigger one did earlier. I had a chuckle. Right as I was coming home, I got an email, and it was from Twitch, basically, saying, hey, yeah, you've been randomly selected, since you're a Twitch streamer, to take part in this survey, and if you finish it, it'll be 15 minutes or so. Get $10 Amazon gift card or whatever. You know, digital gift card or whatever. I'm like, alright, whatever, that's cool. Like, whatever. I'll do it. Like, hey, maybe it's something like, because I'm this close to affiliate, you know, like I got like 2.5 viewers or something average. I got to get 3 for the month or whatever. And I'm like, okay, maybe that's why they're sending it now. It's like, it'll be a little bump on the edge, whatever. So I started doing the survey, and like one of the first things that's asked is like, which, you know, have you ever heard of Twitch? Like, really, that's your first question? Like it wasn't the first question, but it's like which have you heard of before? You know, streaming? No, never heard of it. Never, no idea. I thought about answering no to all the questions just to be an asshole. Streaming? What's that? Here's my Twitch channel. Alright, I gotta think about this. It's what, 9:54, so it's getting a little late. You know, it's getting towards the back end of the stream. At this point, it's like I usually like to go from 8 to whenever I get tired. Yeah, around 10 to 10:30 whenever I get tired. So now I gotta think about what I want to do here. Do I start trying to add the next color or just save that for tomorrow night? Now again, my wife and I are probably going Christmas tree shopping, so I might be late tomorrow. In fact, I'm probably going to bet on being late tomorrow. What time's the rain supposed to start Friday? That's my question. It's going to rain Friday, I know that, but I don't know when. And that's the real question. See, now it's only supposed to be partially. You know what? I think I'm gonna convince her into doing it Friday. I think Friday would be better. It'd be a little warmer than tomorrow too. So you know what? No, I'm gonna call an audible on my wife. That being said, if she calls an audible on me, I gotta go with what she says. After all, in the end, she lets me touch no parts. But I'm debating, do I want to try to just start a little bit of the yellowish green until some of these smaller sections. Yeah, some of these other greens that we did. To give it again that little bit of a stained glass look that it's getting, like it looks a little bit of refraction light coming through it. Because I kind of dig it. I know some of it's a trick of the light, but I had a feeling it would work pretty well. Plus I put a lot of that yellowish green out and haven't used a damn bit of it. Because I think the next color I'll be throwing in here will be like that turquoise. I think that's probably the next tone. So that slowly moves into the blues. And I think they'll probably end up being thinner bands from here on out. Yeah, let's try to throw some of this. Instead of trying to start with the turquoise, because like that's going to be... That's going to be rough to try to get through, because it's like, if I start it, and then, you know, the Viridian in the background could still be wet tomorrow, it could not be too, or it could be a little dry over here, and a little wet over there, and then that blue is going to start looking lopsided if I've only done part of it, you know? Let's just kind of try this little theory. Close one, St. Brian. St. Menaceart. Nature, nurture, heaven and home. Some are all and by them driven. conquer every mountain shown, and I'll never cross the river. Brave the forest, brave the stone, brave the icy winds and fire, braved and beat them on my own, yet I'm helpless by the river. Angel, angel, what have I done? Face the quakes, the wind, the fire. Conquered country, crown and throne. Why can't I cross this river? Michael likes mangoes. How are you? Face the quake, the wind, the fire. How you doing tonight? Oh, easier for me to watch over here. Free crown and throne. Why can't I cross this river? You know mine to the battles you've won. Take a lot more than rage and muscle. Open your heart and hands, my son, or you'll never make it over the river. Take a lot more than words and guns. A whole lot more than riches and muscle. The hands of the mighty must join as one, and together we'll cross the river. Take a lot more than words and guns. A whole lot more than riches and muscle. The hands of the mighty must join as one, and together we'll cross the river. Nature, nature, heaven and home. Take a lot and by them driven. Conquer every mountain shown, and together we'll cross the river. Forest break. You take a lot more than words and guns. A whole lot more than riches and muscle. The hands of the mighty must join as one, and together we'll cross the river. There was nothing, I don't know, there was sad or like a wonderful father-son moment. This song came on and my son goes, "Daddy, that's the song from the Transformers game." And it was like used to advertise War for Cybertron or War, whatever it was. And it was a game we bought. We have it. And I guess he had stumbled to have like the trailer or something in the game or whatever. And so he recognized it from that. And it's like, you know, I love this song, Daddy. It's like, all right, that's cool. It's great that we like the same song, and it's, you know, it's a good song. And it's like weird because it's like, you liked it from a game. That's a little strange. And it's like, But it's also a Transformers game that's very close to Generation 1 in the way it handles things. Which is good, because he likes Generation 1 over all the other Transformers. I raised my boy right. He has, you know, like an okay reaction with something like Beast Wars. He's like, it's alright. You know, and later with Beast Machines and all that stuff. But he goes, Generation 1's my favorite, Daddy. Good boy. What was Michael Bay thinking? Good boy! That one took till he was a little older. And even though he is kind of over the Bayformers, he still loves Bumblebee. And so we are going to go see the Bumblebee movie. But then again, it looks like they're doing some healing with the Transformers fans there and giving a lot of Generation 1 callbacks when they show Cybertron and stuff. And obviously Bumblebee being a VW bug. But also, the thing is, he likes Bumblebee because he's yellow. And Vincent's favorite color has always been yellow. I actually used to have a blanket. It was a little bit paler than this one here, this yellowish green. Oh god, it really looks saturated in there. Wow, I didn't even notice that. I shouldn't even have that filter. Why the hell's that filter? Anyway, oh, let me see if I can fix that. There's no filters on it, right? Yeah, there's no filters on that. Wow. Okay, well anyway. But it's this one here. It's a yellow screen. And, like I said, it's a little paler. But he always thought it was yellow. I swore that his blanket was yellow. His blanket used to be called a Mimi. That's what it was to him. Mimi. And that's probably be very embarrassing, I'm sure. But he doesn't like. He still has it. Like it's not like not like he sleeps with it or anything like he used to when he was a kid. Like when he was tiny, like when he was toddler and everything, he had to have it. We had to get a second one just so that we could wash it on occasion. You know. He eventually caught on because the one had his name on it, the other did not. It's like, damn it. I taught you to read. But he actually still has it. It's on his bed, but he likes to keep it. It's like down the bed. The cat sleeps on it a lot, you know, kind of thing. Feels so good. Feels so good, it's frightening. Wish I could. Like I don't think he's gonna end up like Bloom from the producers or anything, where he's gonna keep part of it whenever he gets stressed out. But it's just funny. It's like it's still there. It's not really, you know. He hasn't asked for it to be removed from his bedroom or anything. You know, put away in storage or anything. Then again, this is the same kid who was singing along with 21 Pilots Stressed Out when it first came out. And so he was 7? Right, it was about 4 years ago that song came out. Maybe even a little more. It's like, dude, you know, You are in the good old days. I was trying to explain that to him. Like, I don't know what you're singing about, buddy. You are in the good old days. And your mama never sang you to sleep. That's like on his day. That strips my conscience bare. It's witchcraft. And I've got no defense for it. The heat is too intense for it. What good would common sense for it do? 'Cause it's witchcraft. Wicked witchcraft. And although I know it's strictly taboo. Ugh. It's off. Says yes indeed in me. It's such an ancient pitch, but one I will switch. Now look, I kind of said, the other night, I knew this was going to be, not that anybody was here that night, nobody's really here on Monday night, that I figured this was going to be something where the background's probably going to take a lot longer than the portrait's going to take. Which again, I used to do a very simplistic, I mean I should say simplistic, but there would tend to be quick patterns that I could just boom, 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 boom. Whereas this is definitely starting to fall more into the, again, this idea that I'm farting around with for other paintings. As I said, I can picture these sort of like, put me away. Imagine I'm not there, Like, obviously it's going to be very round at this point, but if you just imagine that this was all that type of green, that pattern. That could be a tree. Or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, and maybe I would have one or two little branches of similar types of much smaller patterns, maybe, in burnt sienna and alizarin or something along those lines. Or if you want to go back to my tree roots with moss. I'll start to run down with energy. Like the way I did the tree bark in purple and violets and all that. Like, same kind of idea. You could do it again here. So again, details will get lost, whereas, the tree roots and moss had a lot of detail about, the way the moss is reflecting off of itself, etc. That would start to be more generic. It'd be much more blocky shapes or whatever, more Fauvist in nature, I guess, in a degree. And that's simplifying the shape, but then complexing it, making it more complex or whatever, complicating it, like, with this patterning. Does that make any sense? I am of the universe, and you know what it's worth. I'm lonely. It's just right now I'm still trying to work out, when it comes to doing it in a figure or something, how much do I boil it down to? Like, I had done two drawings of it, one of my painting I did of the Bridge of Trade and Farm Trails, and one of an old painting I did back in 2001. Called The Harvest. And again, those I was running into questions of, like, okay, well, do I break down, say, like, like each section of the pumpkin as an individual section, or do I just do the pumpkin as a whole? Or you know, do I worry about, like in that painting there were apples. It's like, okay, each apple is its own thing, or do I, since some of them are grouped, you know, do I group them? Yeah, that's the little stuff I'm trying to figure out still regarding the style. And then again, and if I do that, okay, well, how much detail do I give to shadows? You know, if I'm going to have an apple, the apple's going to be, you know, bright red in the light. What am I doing in the shadows, and how much detail am I putting in those shadows? You know, it gets a little. Do I let the shadow necessarily no longer be clearly naturalistic? In other words, like, if I'm just marking out, you know, say the shadow's supposed to be kind of coming along here, but it's actually like in the middle of these parts. Well, does this part go out and this part stay in, you know, and the shadow, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's a little, there's little moments I'm still trying to figure out. So I gotta fart around with stuff. I gotta take those drawings, or, well, the one I sent away to Joe, who won the contest and asked for it. But I gotta take the photo I took of it and throw it in Photoshop. Start playing with the colors and see what I like about it. Just never have time. So this is really, it's going to be my first chance to play with it. Oops. Love you more each day, more than you'll ever know. My arms, they long to hold you so. My life will be in your keeping, waking, sleeping, alive and weeping. Longer than always is a long, long time. How's it looking? Let's see what else is on. Full screen here. And my heart is very sure no one else will love you more. Yeah, it's got some interesting shit going on there. Definitely has a stained glass look on this. I'm not opposed to that. It'll be interesting then to keep this kind of going in this type of idea. So in other words, now tomorrow when we add in the say turquoise, to then go back in with this permanent green light and put those little in as highlights, so it kind of always fading out a little bit more. That's not bad. That's interesting. And it'll be interesting to see how the two styles work together, if they do or don't. This. When I did it in the drawings, I was like referring to it as like a neo-tribalism. Though truth be told, I didn't do any like the spiky ones yet. That's what always made me think of the tribalism. Like it was like they'd have little. I don't want to do it with this thing. I'd have ones that would just go kind of straight on one side, like this, and then I would have little diamondy, spiky elements right here and here, usually end up doing something like that in the one of the last ones, you know. But again, with this brush, it's a little difficult to do that, pull it off right. I could use some time to crawl away. My aggression is where you stake your claim. Why I question this trouble which you crave. My perception. I try to get away, and yet I stick around. So fall and crawl away, and rush away, lose ground. My nature. Yeah, that's alright. Yeah. Alright. I think that's gonna be it for me tonight. I'm exhausted. The Pepsi has run off on me, so no longer got any power to it. Caffeine doesn't do much for me anymore. Too many nights at Denny days in my 20s, drinking 15 cups of coffee and then going home and going to sleep. Yeah, let's try that off a little bit. Alright. So, tomorrow night, like I said, unless my wife calls an audible on me, we'll be, what's it called? Still on time. Let's see who's there to maybe raid. Do a raid? I got 3 viewers. Let's see who's available here. Wow, my hand is covered in paint. Huh? Covered back there. Let's see, anybody good? Oh, nobody really doing anything. Yeah, everybody's offline. There's no art maker. Like, nobody I like doing art right now. Shit. Well, never mind then. Alright, we won't raid anybody. Take that. I thought really Pink Eye or somebody like, Claire or somebody like that. So we won't raid. Never mind. Forget it. Unless you want to raid Ichi Badass, maybe. He's a gamer. I mean, he's playing Fortnite. He's my next victim, technically, for my, sketches for of streamers. I've been working on his for like I worked on it a few days ago, and then I ended up they required mandatory overtime at work, so I've been working for my lunches, so I can't draw. Yeah, no, screw it. Let's go. So tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern. Back on here, back to work. Unless my wife cuts and all, well, check out Instagram for the update on that, because that's where you'll find it. It'll be Instagram's at Menaceart. So I'll catch you guys then. Later.